Actually, I don't really feel any old age coming because we still have the same attitude towards all this. We still play the same music that we love. We still do the things that we enjoy. We have fun with it, and I think this keeps us young. So no need to feel old.
Well, listening to Lucifer's Heritage demos brings back a lot of great memories, especially of, innocent days, because we really didn't do what we were doing back then. Basically, we were more punks than musicians. We really enjoyed life and enjoyed being in a band. But since we did have the idea to become very successful at that point already, but we're more enjoying and partying than doing sincerely music. And I think this can be heard on the demos. There's a lot of enthusiasm, but on the other hand, it does not contain the same profession we deliver nowadays, of course. But the songs are great, and I think that's at the very end which matters the most. And many times people forget that nowadays. It seems that different things seem to be more important for musicians and bands, but at the very end, it's just the song.
When I listened to it, I was really surprised that our playing abilities were so good. I hadn't this in mind, because for 18-year-old guys, we could really play our instruments. And
some of us.
No, I think it was really good for that time, and it was the beginning of the metal scene. There was not that many bands around at that time, and for this time we had really already proven a certain quality, and that is, I had it very different in mind. I thought it was all crap, but when I listened to it, I think it really had a great potential.
The biggest development has been done either in between Tales from the Twilight World and Somewhere Far Beyond, or in between Nightfall in Middle-earth and A Night at the Opera, because these were two very special moments. When we did Somewhere Far Beyond, we had to top an album which has been really successful, which was Tales from the Twilight World. And this became even more obvious when we did Nightfall in Middle-earth, because this was the Blind Guardian album, is still considered to be the Blind Guardian album, and we all felt that we needed to change the direction afterwards, because everything was set into that particular direction. So the development we were able to achieve on A Night at the Opera is probably the most significant step in our career.
I have to say, for me, it's pretty hard to pick just one highlight, because there are so many things great things that happened over all those years. I think if I have to choose one highlight now, I would go for our gigs on the 70,000 Tons of Metal cruise, because it was a unique setting. We played 2 shows on a cruise ship going through the Caribbean with like 2,500 fans, and it was a mix. There were 40 bands on that ship, and there was no kind of backstage areas or anything. It was a complete mix, fans, bands together. It was a great atmosphere, and we had a lot of fun there.
For me, the highlight most probably would be to join into the band, which was my favorite band. So I was very lucky, and in terms of all the Blind Guardian shows, I would pick maybe my first Wacken show, because it's a huge experience to watch like 70,000, I don't know.
Tons of metal.
No, only people, not tons, only people. Watching your show and watching you playing music, and this was a very unique experience for me.
Have you forgotten him?
I don't think that I would change anything over the years. Obviously, if we would write songs today, they would sound a bit different compared to what we did for our first album, Battalions of Fear, back then, for example, because we changed and grew as songwriters and musicians. But I think every release that we put out represents what Blind Guardian was about at that point in time, and I don't think there's any need to change anything.
Hi, this is André.
Nee, doch.
Ach so. Ah ja, okay.
Und
Wir sind Blind Guardian. Du auch. Ein Schwachsinn.
Und wir sind Blind Guardian.
Super, nochmal.
Einzählen.
Hallo zusammen auf laut.de.
Bis dahin war gut. Im Januar kommt endlich unser neues Album, Memory. Okay.
Bis dahin war auch gut.
Ja? Von jetzt an wird nur noch schlechter. Okay.